Hey everyone, this is Daryl from Modern Work Mentor, and we're just having a quick discussion around how people are using combined chats and channels. The hope is to help people hear these stories and learn a little more from these stories so that they can get used to the change. So I'd like to introduce Peter. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sure. My name's Pete Szoke. I'm the Director of IT, Modern Workplace, and Cloud Operations. All that really means is that I'm in charge of the Microsoft products at a company called CF Industries, the largest ammonia manufacturer in the world for clean energy as well as for fertilizer. So we make millions of tons of fertilizer a year.
And in that organization, Pete, I understand that, like many, we need to find efficient ways of communicating. So I hear that you have been using the new combined chats and channels experience. This is early, ahead of most people. Can you tell us a little about what that experience has been like?
Sure. Well, like with any interface change, it is different. I've finally stopped looking for the Teams icon in the left-hand rail, so
Yeah.
kudos to me. But I think once you get into it and give it a good chance, that it really works itself out. But there are some things that you need to gravitate to. But I would say the most useful is the being able to add sections and then put your chats and channels into those sections. I think that really helps, and it gets things that are similar in one place. And I think that really helps the user quite a bit. Both myself and then my other teammates who are testing it call out the sections all the time.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it is good to be able to group the like conversations on projects or initiatives and pull them together. Now, what's one tip that you might share in terms of getting used to that way of working? I know that we've got lots of different choices now at the top of this chats and channels
Mhm.
combined experience. What
Mhm.
happens up there that you found might be maybe something difficult to look out for, or maybe something that would be quite helpful?
Sure. Well, I think using the filters has really helped me. When you have chats and channels combined, so your teams and all your chats are in one place, it can be a little bit visually daunting, I'll say, to find that unread chat. I mean, you see the number there, it's 5 chats, and you're like, oh, I got to look through all these to find which chats are new. Do I need to answer them? Do I not? And so being able to go just up above all those chats and hit on the unread to filter those is I'd be lost without that. And then I think another one is, and you don't see it on your screen, you have to hit the down arrow by those filters. So it's another filter called meetings, meeting chats. And so I think that's really important too, because finding a meeting chat amongst all the other chats can be a challenge. Um, and you can use that whether they're, unread or not unread. But just to go back to a chat that had to do with a meeting, I find myself going back to those all the time.
Fantastic. I think I found the same, Pete, with the filters. That is a quick way to control what you see in that list. And like you, I think what I like about the unread is that it's unread across all my conversations, my chats
Mhm.
and my channels. And if I
Yeah,
have done what you said earlier and group things into a section, then I can get a fuller picture in terms of the conversation I'm looking for.
great way
So
to put it.
one other question I have for you is about developing that habit. Like this is quite a significant change
Yeah.
for how we've been using conversations in teams up until this point. What is it that you're doing that helps develop that habit from your first impressions through to how you're working with it now?
Well, I think it's important. First of all, we were in and you can't necessarily go back. What you can do is you can go back and say, give me the experience of Teams and chat, but it's never really the same as the old way. So you kind of have to commit to it. And so we've committed to it. We're not going back. We're not going to change the view. And then what I try and do is I just try and explore, at least a couple of times a week, something that I haven't quote unquote played with before in this, because I'm going to have to give training to our 4,000 users along with
Mm.
my team, and then we're going to be able to um, give them something of value, opposed to here's how I think it works, or here's an email that explains how it works. We like to offer training. I got a great group that does the training. It's a lot of fun at CF.
Fantastic. Yeah, always good to be able to talk about it from personal experience. And really just to sum up our conversation here, Pete, that's exactly what this is all about, sharing those stories. And
Yeah.
thank you for sharing your stories with us, and that we can share them with the rest of the community. And for those who are watching this, just want to encourage you to do the same internally. What we've done is something very simple to help communicate about change, to experience it early, to share it with others. This is a significant change with Microsoft Teams about how we communicate and handle our conversations. And so thank you, Pete, from CF Industries, for sharing your stories.
Thanks, Daryl.